Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Please be joined by Vince Salmon of Brighton Boys Basketball. How's it going?
Good. Thanks for having me.
How's your summer going?
Summer's been going great. Although we don't have a head coach, we've been finding ways to play and get in the gym. And me personally, I've been going to a ton of camps and just stuff like that. So, I've been getting in the gym.
Yeah. Obviously, I know that, I know that summer practices are going on even though that you guys even though a head coach is not in place just yet. But
Mhm.
what's that been like? I know there's obviously a lot of people that have been around that program for a long time, kind of running things. But what's it like to get a chance to go to go play some games and all that fun stuff?
Oh, it's great. I mean, we have a lot of leaders on the team, so it's pretty easy to get guys together and get minutes in the gym. So when we get to these games and these camps, like we've already played together, so our chemistry is pretty high. So it's just great being on the team and the guys that I'm around.
So, let's go back to last season. I know it didn't start off that great, but really coming into, I think the turnaround, really of the season was the first win against Howell.
Hmm.
What was that like to get the win and do so? I don't think it's been a long time since the Brighton boys beat Howell twice in 1 year. Um, what what was the to have the year that you did and to kind of come back and and get some big wins? What was that like to kind of head confidence into heading into the last few months of the season?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, when we played Howell at home first, and obviously they're our rival, so beating them was great. I mean, we had guys who really stepped up. And then when it came that second time around and we beat them at their place, it felt 10 times better that it was at their place. And it was twice in one season. So, I mean, it's just hard to do to some teams, just beat them twice. But yeah, and that first game really just kind of started our fire to give us momentum to finish out the season pretty strong.
Yeah. Okay, so I know that a lot of you guys had to come into big roles because, of course, guys like, replacing a lot of guys from the 23 class that put in,
Mhm.
that had a lot of success with the program. But what was it like for you to have, a more bigger role with the team?
I felt like it was important that I did my job and, just as like the big man on the team, playing the paint, blocking shots, getting rebounds. But I think I also had a role in just like getting the guys together and kind of being that glue, just making a good relationship and having good chemistry with all the guys. And I mean, when we started playing together, that's when we really started winning games. So I think it just took a little bit to figure each other's guys like their games out. But once we did that, I mean, we just went on a roll.
Yeah. Okay, so going into, um, what do you think your best game was last year?
As a team or me personally,
Either.
as a team, oof, I think that second game against Howell, I mean, beating them at home, or they were at home. And I mean, it felt great. Everyone played well. Trevor had a huge game, so I mean, it felt amazing.
Yeah. Um, so I think just what are some of the things that you really were satisfied with as the regular season ended for school before you headed into where you headed into summer ball?
I really liked how we like turned it around and we didn't let that bad start just kind of dictate how things went. We went from tied last in the league to finishing second, which is obviously a huge turnaround. So, I mean, I'm just glad the guys kept putting in the work. No one gave up on each other. So we came together and just used those early losses to fuel our fire.
How do you mentally get ready for a game there, Vince?
I just I get with the guys. We watch the JV game. I have my headphones in, and we've already done film. We've already looked at the roster. I'm just going through our plays, just envisioning us winning the game, making shots, and that usually helps me just get ready for the game.
Um, okay, I must ask this. What's on Vince's playlist?
This is I listen to a lot of rap. Sometimes I have like chill music, try to get me settled down, but a lot of rap, things like just Lil Baby, Future, that kind of music.
Okay. And finally, what are some of the things that you kind of want to accomplish really in the summer and heading into the fall before the season starts in December?
For the season, I think we could really win a district this year. I mean, I our roster is really solid, and I feel like the guys have great chemistry. So I think we have a solid chance of winning it. And in the summer, it's just I think it's good to get the guys together, start winning some games early before the season starts. Make sure everyone's going to things, everyone's like held accountable, and everyone's lifting, conditioning, and just getting their bodies prepared.
For sure. All right. Let's get to know you a little bit. How about that?
All right,
Okay, who's your favorite player in any sport to watch?
favorite player of any sport.
Yeah.
I like um I like Jokic a lot actually,
Okay.
just because he takes that big man role, but kind of has a point guard like point of view. So I like how that kind of clashes.
Yeah. Favorite what's your go-to place for food?
Ooh, go to place for food. It's got to be Chipotle.
Okay. You a bowl guy,
Chipotle.
burrito guy?
I like to change it up. Most times I get a burrito because the bowls aren't too filling. But I've been going. Lately. I've been burrito, but I was a bowl guy before.
Okay. Um, let's see. And finally, what's your favorite movie?
Ooh, favorite movie. I like the Truman Show a lot.
Yeah, that was pretty
Jim
good movie.
Carrey.
They followed
Yeah.
the guy that followed everyone followed the cameras follow around everyone.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. All right, Vince. Thank you so much for the
All right.
time as always.
Thank you for having me.
We'll talk to you before when the season gets closer.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, thanks.